Okay, we're going. All right, so.
Well, so I stayed single and did just played a lot until 1958,
Mm-hmm.
and I got married in 1958 to a girl from Canada, and was married till 1979, and we had been separated before that. We got a divorce in '79, and it wasn't a real good marriage for either one, and I think that's all I want to say about that. But then in '79, I guess the best
So you
way,
were married from 58 to 79
yes,
for 21 years?
yeah,
Oh, wow, okay. That's a long time.
yeah, it was.
And didn't have any kids in 21 years? Huh.
And um, I've always enjoyed guns. I've collected, did a lot of shooting when I could see, did some after I couldn't see, some sound shooting. But anyway, I got to where I was buying and selling guns there. And I was buying a lot of guns, selling a lot of guns, collecting guns. And this one kid I met, got to know pretty good. I sold him some guns. I bought some guns from him, and we got talking about different things. And he wanted me to meet his parents. Had moved over there. I went to meet his parents, and they had lived in and this guy at this time he was born in Star Valley, where his family had a little ranch. And met his family, and awful nice people, and got to know them well. And time went on. They said something about, why are you staying single? Why don't you meet some nice girl and get married? And I said, well, I met nice girls. I just not ready to get married. They said, well, we know a girl, a lady, a woman that you really ought to meet, because she is really a nice lady, and so on and so forth. And she said, we're going to tell her about you. and anyway, I found out later, they told me that they had told Carol about me, and they said she lives in Iowa, and she's divorced also, and she has 5 children. I thought, well, 5 children, I don't know why I want to meet her. So anyway, they kept telling me we ought to talk to each other. So who called who first there? It was in December 21st, wasn't it?
Yeah.
December 21st?
Yeah,
You
and
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I called you,
Yeah, I believe so.
but as you know, I didn't have very much to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you said, would you like to wait and I'll call you back in a few days? And I said, yeah, that'd probably be good. So then you called back.
Yeah, we talked, and she asked me a few things, and I told her several things, and I could tell she was just very nervous. And she sounded so nice to me, though, that I wanted to talk to her again. So, like she said, I told her I'd wait a couple of days and call her back, or a few days. Well, I think I waited 2 days, didn't I? I waited 2 days and called her back, and we had a long conversation that time, and about a lot of things. And she had lived in Wyoming. Now, Judy was a baby when you and your husband moved to Star Valley,
Yes.
and Miriam.
So
was
you have a
born.
Judy too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her oldest girl is Judy,
Okay.
and she was just
And how old is she?
She's
now
52.
52. That's right. Yeah, 52 this year. Just a few days ago.
Okay.
And
Judy's
Miriam was
name,
born
I think.
out there.
Yeah, she was born in Star Valley.
Yeah.
And Carol's husband worked there from Iowa, and he'd got that job was advertised in a paper or something.
In the Hereford Journal.
And he went out and interviewed, and you all decided to move out there. Then, and you stayed there, I don't remember how long you were there.
I don't remember either. Miriam was born there in April of '58, and I think we moved from there like in October or November of '58, I believe.
Same year.
Yeah.
Hmm. And went
Same
back
year.
to Iowa and so forth.
Yeah, but I think we went out there in June of '57, maybe.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we were.
But anyway, you got to know these people.
Mhm.
And this, and the guy, I can't say his name, who was I trading guns with?
Yes.
Dennis. And he was, older than Judy, wasn't he? He was just, what,
Oh,
when you knew him?
He was about 11 or 12 years old, I think, at that time.
And he's the one that I met and was doing some business with, and got to know him and his wife and his mom and his dad. Anyway, I called you back and called Carol, and then next day or so she called me and I called, and we were calling every day. And pretty soon I asked her if I said I'd like to send you a plane ticket if you just would want to come out and could get time to come visit me. Carol was working in a bank in Oskaloosa, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And so that first time I met her was, I talked to her for, what, a couple, when did you come out in?
In February of '79,
70?
and we started talking in
Oh, that
December of '78.
That was 78 I started talking to you,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's when oh yeah, and I'd forgot, I guess I really wasn't even thinking that I was still married. Because my wife and I were separated,
Had
we-
been for a long time.
yeah, a long time.
Oh, so you weren't married straight for 21 years. You were separated for.
Yeah, we were separated for a while.
For
And,
how long?
oh God.
Must be pretty long.
That must have been a couple of years altogether,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And we had both signed the papers, and I had them and was gonna file them, and I didn't do it, and I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
do it, and, so anyway, Carol and I were talking one day, and, one time we were talking there, she said, well, I've met a lot of guys around here, they know I'm divorced, and they wanna go out, and she said the first thing I find out is that most of them are married.
Hmm.
And it dawned on me, I said, well, I hate to tell you, but I'm married too. And boy, there was silence on the phone. No, and I told her the circumstances though, that we were separated and, so on and so forth. And I said, I'll go file the papers tomorrow and have a divorce in a few days. So I actually went to the courthouse the next day, the papers were filed, and I had a divorce by the time you came out, didn't I?
No, it was about 3 weeks after that.
Was it? Oh, well, okay, I
It
forgot.
took a little bit of time.
Okay. So
But
I
yeah.
was, I remember calling you and telling you the day. Anyway, you came out in February and we spent a week together. And you had a week off, I think. Stayed there all
I bet that was a long pause on that phone that day.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
And I wouldn't have blamed her if she hadn't believed me. At least I was telling her the truth, but she didn't know that
Yeah.
at the time. But she came out and we just got along fine, and took it to the office, showed her what kind of business I was in, and what I did, and took it to the clubs and met a lot of my friends, and went to all the eating places we went to around town. And I think we both had a nice time together. But she went back, and then I flew back in a couple of months to see you.
You came back in March.
Oh, it wasn't a couple, just a month later. or
In
something.
March, yeah.
Yeah. And then we drove back out to Wyoming. Carol drove us out. And we always tell her the reason she had me, she wanted to help her because she had a flat and I had to fix her. I had to change her tire, but it was worth it. And we got out there, and then Carol looked around. She checked all the banks and looked for jobs, and first couple said, we would love to hire you, but we can't afford the wages right now that you would need. And we found out that they were offering a way more than double what she was making in Iowa.
Wow.
So she went to this one bank and talked to them, and it happened that it was a fairly new bank, and the president and vice president were from Iowa. They had banked somewhere in Iowa, hadn't they?
Mhm.
They were
In eastern Iowa.
in East, and Bart came out, and he was president of Western National.
Mhm.
Anyway, he said, we need an interior, they had two banks that they were running, and he said, we need he told you right then that they need an internal auditor, and we will hire you, and we can pay this much, and it was double or more what you were doing in Iowa, so you were real happy. So anyway, Carol went back and put her house on the market and all that. And
Had a big garage sale and loaded up everything else, and
your daughter and her husband drove the truck out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Told everybody you met a married man in Wyoming and you're leaving to go hook up with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. My,
Yeah.
my oldest daughter wasn't real thrilled with that. She got on the phone one day and talked to Roy, and I think she told him a thing or two. But she's a very opinionated person.
Oh, 'cause you were still married when you started talking to her?
I don't remember.
Or just didn't want you
I
leaving
don't-
Iowa?
You know, I remember talking, I don't really remember much that I know she called me and wanted to know a few things, and I don't remember what I told her. I guess I answered whatever she wanted to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she'd have been, I guess, 24 when you started talking to Uncle Roy, right?
Let's
If
see, she
she's-
was born in '56, so yeah, she was 23.
Yeah, 23, 24.
Yeah.
Young adult knows everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I know
she
I
still
did when I
does.
was 23 or 24.
Yeah.
Now I don't even know what the questions are.
Well, she's almost 30. She's almost 30 years older than she was then. She's the same as she was then. So, but anyway, I found out that I did care about a lady with 5 kids. So, and that was the best phone call that ever happened to me. And Carol was the best thing that
That's
ever
awesome.
happened to me. So, I come out winner.
And you guys have been married 28 years now, right?
Yeah, 29 years this coming October.
Yeah.
Oh, so when were you married?
October 13th, 1979.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Carol moved out there, and when did you move out? In June?
Wow, so
June.
you
Yeah.
two, that was a whirlwind
Well, we
thing then,
decided in a hurry.
wasn't it? When did
Yeah,
you
for-
first start talking to each other?
December 21st of 1978.
Okay. So you were married in 10 months on a long distance phone.
Yeah, for
Type
someone that wasn't that
relationship.
interested,
Wow.
Yeah, but it
That's
really
cool.
went really fast because I don't think we had made any real plans to get married until my birthday, and that was September 19th.
yeah, well, no, we
And
had.
so it was less than a month later that
Huh.
we were married. We hadn't made any plans before my birthday.
That's cool.
And
And you moved out here when?
June 28th, I think it was.
Okay.
Because I went to work July 2nd at the bank.
Hmm.
Yeah, so, in a way, it took quite a while. In a way, it was awful fast. In a way, it didn't seem as fast because we were both so busy. I was working. During that time, I think I worked on 2 or 3 new issues coming out, and I was busy all the time anyway. A lot of times I was in the office Sunday morning or Saturday morning getting phone calls from drilling rigs or so forth. So we got to know each other pretty good, but we were still both working every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pearl and Miles had their 50th wedding anniversary that year in July.
Okay. Were you all there?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because I was
Roy
there.
was working on an underwriting, and I had just gotten started on the new job, and I
Mhm.
had to go to an audit conference in Washington DC, and so there was just no way we could get there.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, that was a
so
neat
Roy
little
called
party.
Pearl and told her that we just couldn't
Yeah,
make
I
it.
had, when you're doing an underwriting plus your full-time work, it's just a heck of a lot to keep up with.
Mhm.
And then Carol was so busy, and then she had to run back there for a week.
Well, and she had a
Maryland,
brand new
DC.
job. And, yeah.
Yeah.
So we missed that one. We went to Rilla's 50th,
Yeah,
25th anniversary, because Rilla had gotten married again
Mhm.
after her and her husband were divorced, and her and Leon had their 25th wedding anniversary in
1983.
83, yeah.
And Rilla died just before their 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
They didn't make it to 30.
And what year was that? 88, 87?
She died, or am I wrong? I can't remember. She died in 90.
No, it was 90 something.
Oh, okay.
So I'm wrong about the date.
Yeah. It was
She
90.
almost made the 35th, I think it was.
It must have been 35th,
Yeah,
because
that's-
because she was 80, she would have been 85 the year she died,
Yeah.
wouldn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and I don't know if I've ever even met Rilla. Or Dude, for that matter.
Well, I thought you said you met Dude when they lived there by Pearl and Miles. You
No,
wouldn't-
he would have lived in Locust Grove, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
See, and I probably didn't go up there when he was there.
Oh,
If I did, it was no, I would have remembered meeting him at that
Hmm.
point because I was a teenager.
yeah,
If I met Uncle Dude, it would have been when I was really little.
yeah.
But by the time I got to be, after about 14 years old, he would have moved there after I was 14, and so no, I never got back
And
there after that.
I don't think they lived there over a year.
I don't think
In Locust Grove?
Yeah.
I thought they lived there a long time, really.
Uh-uh.
No, Dude and Penny were just there a short time.
Oh, I thought you meant Uncle Pearl and Aunt
Oh,
Miles.
Pearl
I
Miles
thought
lived
they
there a
lived
long
there for
time.
20
No,
years
no,
or so.
Dude and Penny,
Yeah.
when they moved
Okay.
there, they only lived there about
Okay.
a year, and he didn't like it.
Dude couldn't stand that heat, and I don't know how he thought he was
And
going
we
to live
told
in
him
Oklahoma.
Yeah, we told him
Yeah.
he couldn't when he went down there.
Yeah,
I told him he wouldn't like it.
yeah.
See, I don't think it's very hot up there in northeastern Oklahoma.
Well, he found out that, and Miles said, well, he said, I tried to tell Dude that you don't work outside in the heat of the day. You go out early in the morning, you get everything done, so you're done at before noon, you have your lunch, and then you rest in the
Mhm.
afternoon. And Dude would be out there mowing or doing something in the afternoon, and it was just, ridiculous.
Yeah, he didn't know how to manage time in the heat.
No, uh-uh.
But that about takes us through a whole lot of things. I can't think of anything else much with us. We did a lot of,
Okay, so your 5 kids, who are they? Judy's the oldest,
Judith is the
and
oldest.
she's 52 right now.
Right, and Miriam that you saw at church this
Right,
morning.
plays the piano at church, and
She's 50.
and then she got how many kids?
She has 2 daughters.
2 daughters, and her daughter's getting married in Hawaii. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Her oldest girl is getting
Okay.
married in Hawaii.
All right.
The other girl lives in Denver, and she's the one that has the autoimmune problem that
Okay.
she's struggling with.
What kind of autoimmune disease does she have?
It's a thyroid